Hello there, everyone. Hope all is going well. I was listening at something with Vice President Kamala Harris having a conversation with a young man on something called the Shade Room. And he asked her a question. I wrote it down. He asked her a simple question. He says, "Do you think what President Obama said was the right thing to say?" That was the question. I have some audio here of that conversation. I want you to listen to that as we go through this thing and see if you can help me understand. But again, the question is, do you think what President Obama said was the right thing to say? Listen at him ask the question.
Do you think that what President Obama said was the right thing to say?
Let me tell you, I am very proud to have the support of President Obama and that he is out traveling to talk with voters about what is at stake in this election. I'm very proud to have his support. What is also important is one to understand, like as I said, I intend to earn the vote of everyone, including.
She was chosen. She didn't participate in the primary. She was chosen when they put Joe Biden out. So nobody voted for you. You were installed. But again, he didn't ask you about Obama. He didn't ask you about his support or anybody else's support. President Obama was in Pennsylvania and he basically scolded a bunch of black men. They knew it, and he's getting a bunch of backlash for that. And so this young man is asking her a question. Do you think what President Obama said was the right thing to say? And she has not answered the question.
Two, pay attention to everything that President Obama talked about, because he also talked about at length the danger of Donald Trump. The danger of Donald Trump in terms of somebody who has said that they would weaponize the Department of Justice against his political enemies, somebody who has referred to black immigrants in Springfield, Ohio, legal immigrants, as though they would eat their pets.
He didn't ask you about none of that. You're running for the highest office in the land. Obama is getting a bunch of backlash for what he said, and a whole lot of people are not buying what he said. It's not helping you at all. Answer the question. Let me see if she answers it.
Constantly perpetuating tropes. Remember, Donald Trump, who said in Charlottesville, there are good people on each side. So I
That's
think
been
it's really
debunked.
important to focus on the stakes of this
Why
election.
don't you focus
And
on
there are
answering
two
the question?
choices. Two choices.
Yeah,
And I ask everyone to look at the background, look at the work, look at the words. To have
we can look at the background. And she just said she asked everyone to look at the background. Now, again, the question was, I'm going to ask this again. I'm gonna tell you what she said, what he asked again. Do you think what President Obama said was the right thing to say? As you can hear, she's not answering the question. This is why so many people say all she does is have a bunch of word salad. Now, right now, she's talking about looking at what he said and looking at uh, uh, President Trump. Well, we can go back to 2016 to 2020 and take COVID out of the picture because it had nothing to do with him. And that was a worldwide pandemic. Uh, and during that time, we were not in any wars. Troops were coming home. The economy was the best ever for every metric. And since you're talking specifically about black people, black unemployment was the lowest ever. Gave permanent funding to HBCUs, created the First Step Act, which released thousands of black people. So people had money in their pocket. Gas was not high. We were energy independent. And you're in the White House now with President Joe Biden, and we did not have an open border. The border was the securest it had been in decades. So you're telling us to compare his record that seems pretty positive to yours when that is not the question. The question is, do you think what President Obama said was the right thing to say? Because a whole lot of people can look back on the things that I just said and say, take a look at this guy and what he did. Things were a whole lot better than they are right now. And if you're going to do anything, since you don't want to answer this question, you're in the White House now. You can implement policies now. The election may be in November, but you're in the office now. Inflation went to its highest level in 40 years under you. Just answer the question. Let's see if she does it.
A sense of how you then choose to use the power of your vote on election day. But there is a very big difference between Donald Trump and how I will be president of the United States. And I cannot impress upon people enough that this is somebody, Donald Trump, who intends to take us backward. Look, this man won't even debate me a second time.
Why would he?
He won't even debate me a second time.
Why would he?
60 Minutes interview, which I believe
the
presidential candidate for president of the United States has done.
Really? You want the highest job in the land, and you can't even answer a simple question. And every time you open your mouth, you give a word salad and never answer a simple question. And you wondering why people, because it ain't just black men, it's a bunch of black women, but it's people in general. They're tired of this stuff. They're tired of your administration, and they're saying no to you. Because every time you open your mouth, you give a big word salad, and people are not tuning in.